How much stretch and mobility code?
No, that's right.
Good afternoon and welcome to the April 8th meeting of the Rotary Club of Raleigh. It is great to see everybody's smiling faces after a week off from Rotary. My name is Carrie Suffern. I am this year's president of the Rotary Club of Raleigh. Welcome again, everybody. Welcome everyone on Zoom. We have a jam-packed meeting as usual this week, so we're going to go ahead and get things started with Mr. Governor Patty Creamy with an invocation and pledge.
Gracious everybody, God, we give thanks for this day, for all the grace and blessings you bestow upon us. We give thanks for this time together, and for the opportunity to serve others through our Rotary Club. Strengthen us daily to give and share more of ourselves, our time, and our possessions, so that those who have greater needs will find a gift through our giving. And your guidance may our efforts strengthen this community, so that it becomes truly a place where all live and prosper in peace and unity. We thank you for our speaker today. We thank you also for fellowship we share in this club, and the community in which to live and work, and for the ability always to serve others above ourselves. In your holy name we pray. Amen.
Thank you, Patty. Anyone to rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
For mountains majesty of the fruited land. Amen. Share His grace on me, and crown thy good from sea to shining sea.
R-O-T.
Spells Rotary.
Thank you, everybody. All right, so time for the meeting where we pass around the microphone. We've got the handheld microphone back. But before we do that, we recently heard that 2 Passportarians are not doing well. Kurt Warner emailed right before the meeting that the Honorable John Martin, who is a longtime member of the club, who has been battling cancer, is not doing well. So if you feel inclined, reach out to him, send him well wishes, and let him know that you're thinking about him. That would be wonderful. And then Sarah Reeves emailed Linda and I over the weekend, said that the Reverend Sam Stone, who was also a longtime member of the club, is not doing well. So she and Terry Reeves are down there visiting him. So if you think about him, reach out and say hi to him, and I know that would mean a lot. So with that, we have quite a few guests today, and if you are having your first or second reading, we'll wait to hear from you later. So I'm not going to pass the microphone to you guys. So looking around, Reggie, would you like to stand up and introduce yourself?
Good afternoon, my name is Reggie Edwards, and I'm head of the Encouragement for this, which is a nonprofit dedicated to for racial healing, women's empowerment. That's what I've been doing for the past 30 years. I'm a guest today of Ms. Oliver, and I am invited to be with you.
I believe that is all we have of our speaker and our new members. My wonderful son, Johnny, is here on his last day of spring break. Which has become a tradition this year on his break, he gets to come with Mom to Rotary. And funny story, his latest local report book, he came running to me and he says, Mom, Rotary's in here. And it's about a doctor, I think in Texas, no, India that goes around in the States as well. So Rotary's everywhere. So Mr. McNally, since Charlie Upshaw's not here, would you do $50?
All right, $50. Anybody? Hey. Yes, sir. I mean, I've got 6 here, 4 for the final 4, and 2 for 2 teams in the final 4. No move back. Anybody else? There we go.
Hello, everyone. Rotarians and friends. I have $3 today. 2 announcements, 1 announcement, and 2 accomplishments. My announcement, well, I'll go on. A lot of you know, I'm in the process of switching government affairs. So I picked up a job at Sleep Number Beds in South Point. Q1, I hit 126%. My $1. $50 number 2. For the next month, we have our friends and family. So I get 5 vouchers of up to 50% off. If you have any back problems, have trouble sleeping, definitely let me know. We could go up for the next 2 weeks and they'll go to the next month. And that leads me to number 3. The reason why I only can help you for the next 2 weeks, because Friday, I set an offer to become a government affairs intern, just like a lobby, where I live. So.
I've got a little more about my love and look back and some of the folks in here. What a hell of a trip the ladies and their men did. I've been a look back man since I was 7 years old. We were sitting on the hill. I almost thought I've never felt such success again. There's a great amount of gratitude here. Love that lady. Look back on David. So it's just remarkable. I've had my heart broken. How many times they did that? I told many friends that if we had something for winning at halftime, we'd have a goal. Whatever we call those things, they come up, we win at halftime. Can't finish a damn game. No.
Thank you.
I got 2 $50. The first one, last Saturday, we had a triangle relay for life. And we kind of reinvented it, we had a 5K element to it. Kind of struggled the last 2 years because, COVID, and also, in Raleigh, there's so much going on compared to like a small town. But it was a great event, well attended, well executed, my volunteers and staff did a great job. So it's good to see kind of. My second dollar is some of you may have seen, when I covered Winston-Salem and Wilmington to cover Triad, and Jersey Mike's had a big day of giving. So we had 25 locations to Triad, and they giving the kind of story. We raised $237,000. Very Canada side, so our team was able to live with that. That was total expectation. Thank you.
Thank you, Frank, and thank you for those wonderful $50. So we're gonna talk about meetings coming up, and when I do that, I get Linda Monahan, Campbell Blizzard, and Richard Watkins. Can y'all come up front for some presentations after this? So next week, we have the great Summer Lusher back there getting inducted today. Gonna give us our yearly update on the Rotary Club of Raleigh Dental Clinic, Wake Smiles. Then we've got Mike Glennon, who played at NC State football or with NC State football and the NFL. So thank you, Tom Holt, for getting him. And then you've got Joe Palacio, thanks David Forrest for getting him with the Regional Transportation Alliance. And he'll give us an update on what to expect transportation wise. So 3 great speakers coming up. Instead of going away. There we go. So the district has been, over the last month or so, putting together a greenhouse made out of water bottles. And these pictures were on their Facebook page over the weekend. And I think it's really interesting and neat how they're taking the actual full water bottles. They're not cutting them, they're just stringing them up to make this greenhouse. They still need some help doing this, and I don't know if anybody from Raleigh Club has been able to make it out there, but there's 2 more opportunities to do so. They have a work day tomorrow at 4 p.m. and then the Saturday at 10 a.m. And you can go stay just an hour, help out with the rest of the framing and doors. And then the ribbon cutting will be on Orange Green Cleanup Day at 11 a.m. So great progress on this and a really, really neat, innovative idea. So the other district thing, the conference, district conference is coming up in New Bern, May 17th and 18th. I'm already signed up. Anybody else here signed up to attend that conference? It would be great if a few more Raleigh Rotarians would. Oh, Patty's going. Thank you, Patty. So please, if you've not been to a district conference yet, it is a great time to meet other Rotarians from across the district. In the middle of most of the tables is a sheet that has sponsorship opportunities if you are so interested. The other thing they have asked us to do is to put together a gift basket that will be given away, raffled off as a door prize. And they would like these baskets to be between $50 and $200 in value. So over the next couple of weeks, if you could bring in a gift card or something maybe that you make it your business, that would be great. We'll collect those, put them in a basket, and we'll have a Rotary Club of Raleigh basket at the conference. So, Richard Watkins, I announced this last week that, something that your wife is doing, and I would love if you could come and speak to it a little bit more coming up really soon.
Absolutely. Thank you all so very much for giving me the opportunity to talk about something near and dear to myself. Today marks the beginning of Black maternal health, focusing on that nationwide. And as a father, I witnessed firsthand the importance of this. My wife, shortly after giving birth to our beautiful daughter, suffered from postpartum cardiomyopathy, which was heart failure following childbirth. Now, I didn't even know that this was a thing, but I was thrown right into the middle of this hurricane of uncertainty, and I didn't know what was going on or which way was up. I actually didn't know if my wife was going to be able to make it out of the hospital to be able to join us on this wonderful journey, parenthood, and growing our family. But not only did she crawl out of that bed and march right out of that hospital, but she then defended her dissertation, receiving her PhD from the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill. And now she's a member of the faculty of North Carolina Central University. If that wasn't enough, she now shares equity before birth. So it is actually my responsibility and honor to uplift her and the work that she's doing for the benefit of women throughout Durham, throughout the Triangle, throughout North Carolina, and ultimately throughout the United States. So I would just hope that one of you, all of you, some of you will be able to come out and support through this dance party. If you have a kid that loves to dance, or if you love to dance, adults, it's $50. All donations go to support new mothers. And if you're a kid that wants to dance, kids, you like dancing better? Okay. It's free for you. So come on out, have a really, really good time. There's a lot of people, a lot of great food, a lot of great music. Thank you all so much. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, that's a very smart household, Dr. and Dr. Watkins. So wonderful. All right. Linda, could you give us an update on the film this weekend?
Yeah, Linda.
Good afternoon, everybody.
I just wanted to share with you that yesterday I went to the Cary Theater to see a documentary called Join or Die. And except for the fact that we had some technical difficulties and didn't get to see the end of the film, we did get through about 75 or 80% of it and gave us more time for panel discussion. And the gist of the film was that not only do individuals thrive more when they join clubs of any kind or alliances or associations, but the whole community does well. And data scientists have studied this and have data to show that you are more likely to have a successful community. Potholes get fixed quicker and there is less corruption in the area if people join. And so they are encouraging people to get out there and publicize the benefits, whether it's a Rotary Club, whether it's a local community alliance. And you will find that your community will benefit from it. And at the same time, you will also find that you're having a good time. So that's important. And let's get to the, yeah, there we go. So I'm sorry. So that was Matthew Kane. And I'm sorry, I can't remember the name of the woman who was the president of the Raleigh Club. And that is also Denzel, who was from Wake Up Wake, who is a big joiner and said that he was going to come to one of our meetings and hopefully will join. But he said he moved here originally from Miami and he found that joining clubs was one of the best ways to get to know people. So I encourage everybody to reach out to a friend or a neighbor and invite them to one of our meetings. Thank you.
Thank you, Linda. And I believe Nathan Thomas is also there with you, right?
Yes.
Wonderful. Thank you for representing Raleigh Rotary. Hey, Hamilton Blizzard, can you give us an update on the Peace Fellows conference? Thank you.
Yeah, I had the great pleasure yesterday of going to the, gotta read this to get it right. Apparently it's the Duke UNC Rotary Peace Center rather than the UNC Duke. I don't know how that happened. But part of the great pleasure of driving over there was that the building that this was held in, is the UNC's now Global Studies building, and they have their own parking garage underneath the building. So when you go to Chapel Hill, you don't have to have anxiety the whole time you're driving over there. But the conference was wonderful. They featured, I think it was 10 fellows from all around the world. And they come for a 2-year fellowship. They're sponsored by someone in Rotary. I thought they were paid by Rotary International, but they are sponsored by individuals who step up and take care of them for 2 years. And then a number of host volunteers who treat them when they arrive in the United States, take them out to dinner and have them for Christmas for the 2 years that they're here, that kind of thing. All of the young folks, and they're not that young, they're early career. I wouldn't say they're mid-career, but they're not just out of college or anything. They do a research project over those 2 years and do a presentation, which is what happened yesterday. And they were wonderful. They were very smart and well-spoken and accomplished people. And it was a real pleasure. I got to hear in particular a young woman that I had met through another project that I'm working on. I'm working with a professor at NC Central, who I've known for many years. And we are working on a project resupplying materials for schools in Ethiopia because they had a civil war. The buildings were all emptied out of everything they had in them. And we met up with a young woman who was a fellow who was from the same part of Ethiopia and kind of connected with her. So hers was the best, of course, because we know her and like her. But other than that, yeah, it was a great day. I would encourage anyone who ever gets invited to get involved with the Peace Center program. I did 1 year interviewing and getting to know some of the candidates, recommending them for selection. It's a great experience to meet people with this much focus on international issues and how they're bringing their talents to it. It's a really wonderful experience. So.
Thank you. And Raleigh Rotary has a long history of supporting the Peace Fellows program. So yeah, definitely. So see him up there for more questions. Richard Watkins had come back up, and as he's coming up, Chase, you're gonna be up next with Raffle and Rich Favorite, Tom Holder, come up with the March Madness bracket, Harrison, and then Cindy Roberts, that's how you come in. Okay. Cindy Roberts, can you do the intro? Yes, perfect. All right, Richard Watkins and Brian.
So this past weekend, I had a really good time. At the Rotary Youth Leadership Academy, in Oxford at Camp Oak Hill. It's really cool getting to know our fellow Rotarians. I mean, you are who you are because of your community, because of your family. And this time I had an opportunity to get to know some of the family, some of the community, David, Reagan, and Pete, getting to know their neighbors, their children, and their nephews, and it was amazing. So they got a chance to spend the weekend in Oxford, North Carolina, where at the camp, they were able to do so many activities. Now, I wasn't there, so these are pictures from the inside, from the campus. So they're having parties at night, they're having leadership events, they're going on long walks where they get to know each other, they have personality assessments, and the whole thing is to really nurture that sense of leadership. And that's the beautiful camp. To the left, the cabins, to the right up top is the cafeteria and meeting place, and there's just a giant lake in the middle, and it was gorgeous. And you couldn't have asked for better weather, because last year it rained. So this time we just had great weather. And then the last slide, please. And these are some of the people who put it all together, the folks who were there facilitating. Now, they didn't do any of the work. This is the cool part about Raleigh. The people who run the activities at Raleigh are the participants of Raleigh for the year past. So they come back and volunteer their time and experiences to share with the new Raleigh folks. And last but not least, these are the amazing folks that I got a chance to get to know on the car ride to and from. We got Noah at Enlow, we got Zach at Millbrook, and we got Frank at Millbrook. Frank is a football player. Zach loves public speaking. He just did something at Toastmasters on wisdom. And then we also have Noah, who's a tennis player. And last but not least, since it's about leadership, I got a chance to know about some of the topics that they really care most about. Noah really loves the climate crisis is a huge issue. For Zach, it's unity, and for Frank, it's tackling the national debt. And then on that last one, special thanks to David Stuckman. He was able to help me put all of this stuff together. We were only allowed 2 seats, but he gave us a third seat, a third spot, so we were able to send 3 students, and he is the chair of the Raleigh committee. So last but not least, thank you, everyone. That was my report.
And thank you. Another round of applause for Rich Watkins. This is the largest group we have sent to Raleigh. I don't know ever, but in a long time. So good job, Richard. Okay. For your daily dose of cuteness, this is the latest Braden Jackson up there. Who's the puppy's name? With Maggie. And this is his first visit back since he and his wife welcomed Jackson, and he's doing the red pool today. So thank you for your service.
After today, and then it's 40 blocks, and so a little less than usual, but I had to scrape some off the top for diapers. So Jennifer's gonna go ahead and read off the winning number here.
Where's he at? Peter, that's your ticket.
Peter's not in today, everyone. Don't worry.
800-2894.
2894. Wait, you played? Okay.
Thank you, Chase. Thank you, everybody, who support, especially Peter. I think thankfully to those that participated, he did not play in the March Madness tournament. So Tom Holder, can you give us an update on that?
Okay, guys, I've had a blast with this. We had a full, group, we had 25 people play with us. Peter, I'm telling you, man, I need you to fix a lot of things. That's lucky. All right, it looks like, but it's not firm up yet. We got 4 games to play tonight. Looks like Richard Avery, he's leading the pack. He did a real good job. Nathan Thomas is on the steals. See, I don't know if, the results might have boosted him. And then we've got, Mike Run. There's maybe a chance for Mike to sneak up. So that's, Richard first, Nathan second, and Mike Williams in third. So appreciate everybody participating. And if you remember, we all contributed $50 for a club, club each half, and winner gets the other half. That'll be a nice payday for somebody. Congrats.
It was a really fun fundraiser, so hope we do this again in the future. Okay, where's your favorite?
Hey folks, Richard Avery, Service Chair. Before I start, top of the basketball, bit of housekeeping I need to do. I texted Tommy Keeler yesterday, and I told him I would give a happy dollar to the South Carolina Gamecocks winning the national championship. Tommy's out of town, so here's my due diligence in case he's on video watching, so congratulations, Tommy. Okay, 2 service projects this month. First is our street cleanup at Lions Park. This has become a legacy project thanks to past President Tom. This is a fun, family-friendly event. Hopefully, that's some beautiful weather this weekend. And we'll have that special contest we did last time. The person who finds the most unique trash will get a $50 gift card from Tobacco Road, as designed by President Kerry. We found some crazy things. We found bicycles, wheels, karate uniforms, all kinds of crazy stuff. So the person that finds the most will win that $50. So please join us for the 20th. The next day, Dementia Alliance to Deep Walk, our own very own Heather Hooper is the executive director, and that's something we're very passionate about. Again, a signature project. That's a 1 to 4. It's a great event right down the street from Fletcher. And then in May, we'll have a Habitat Bill to get with Kevin with, and in June, we're going back to Juneteenth event and Note in the Pocket, new event. We had a great project there last year, so Note in the Pocket's a wonderful organization, so fun-filled action adventure rest of the spring. Thank you for your support.
Thank you, Richard. And now it's time for Harrison and site membership as usual.
Thank you so much, Carrie. Hello, everyone. Thanks so much for being here today on this beautiful day. We do have quite a bit to cover with membership, so I'm going to ask the following people to come up forward. A couple of Richard Johnson, if you will come up, as well as Amy, Grace, Georgette, and someone. Thank you. While they're coming up, I was saying that one thing I learned from this most recent NCAA tournament and playing in the March Madness challenge, don't let your daughter pick the teams. She had a full game for Texas at the end with Texas winning. Maybe some few crazy here. Anyways, so today we have the honor of providing Richard Johnson, who everyone here knows, with his blue badge, which is a long time coming over here. You were approved by the members of the board's club to hold active membership in Rotary Club Raleigh. Upon your induction, you received your red badge and embarked on the path of accomplishing the requirements established by the club for you to receive your blue badge. You have accomplished all of those tasks, and today we are honored to provide you with your red badge to your blue badge. Richard. Next, we have second readings. And I apologize to them earlier. Usually, I'm big on us knowing what our why is for Rotary, right? It's more than just coming to a weekly meeting and getting some good lunches. Why are you excited about joining Rotary? So today, I'm going to be asking our second readers why Rotary for them. First, we have Grace Mazzarelli, who is sponsored by John Cates. As a reminder, she's an attorney at Taylor Hunt, Taylor Davis and Gibbs. Grace. Why Rotary? What excites you about doing this Rotarian?
I think that I've always said if I'm the smartest person in the room, it's a really scary room. So I'm looking forward to learning from you all and serving with you all. If I haven't had the opportunity to meet you guys, please come up and introduce yourself. I find joy in serving others in my workplace when I'm looking to make a greater impact in the community. And I think that this would be a great place to do that. So thank you all for welcoming me.
Next, we have Amy Carter, who is sponsored by Richard Avery. She's the brand manager of the State Self-Help Credit Union on Falls Beach Road. Amy, same question for you. What excites you about becoming a Rotarian?
What excites me about becoming Rotarian is I'm new to the Raleigh area. I came from Naples, Florida, and I was very involved there with all the civic, responsibilities. And I needed to find a group that shared my beliefs and my passion. Self-Help is a nonprofit credit union who believes in really getting out there and doing good in the Raleigh-Durham area, but not without the states we've met. And it's a chance for me to meet like-minded people while doing a lot of good.
Thanks for that. Once again, if you have not had an opportunity to meet them, please say hello to them at the meeting. Very excited for them to become a part of the club and impact our community for good. We also have Michelle Stewart, who is she's Vice President of Capital Markets at Avis Young. She wasn't able to be here today, but she was here for her first meeting. We're looking forward to having her inducted as well. And I'll make sure to ask her why we're too before we induct her. And last but not least, we have the honor of 2 inductions today. Very, very excited. We have Georgette Poku, sponsored by Leslie Oliver, and Summer Wisher, everybody's very familiar with, sponsored by our very own Tom Packer. Tom, actually, if you want to come up front, we can provide you that as well. Georgette and Summer, your membership applications have been reviewed and approved in accordance with the club's constitution and bylaws, and we will now proceed in admitting you into the membership, the Rotary Club of Raleigh, and the friendship of Rotary throughout the world. Before we do that, we have a few questions for you to answer. Question number 1.
Will you join us as we strive to live a life of service above self?
Yes. Question number 2.
Will you join us in our activities for service projects and fundraising activities supporting our community?
Yes. And will you join us in supporting Rotary's efforts worldwide, which focus on these 7 areas: promoting peace, disease prevention, providing clean water and sanitation, maternal and child health, basic education and literacy, economic and community development, and protecting the environment. Beautiful. And fellow Rotarians, will you join me in fostering and supporting Georgette and Summer as they join us in the pursuit of adding value to our communities through service of oneself? If so, please say I do.
Thank you.
Now I will provide each of you with your Rotary emblems. Yeah, please read these with pride. Rotary Club of Raleigh, will you please join me in welcoming Miss Summer and Georgette to the Rotary Club of Raleigh?
Thank you, Harrison. Round of applause for Harrison. Birthdays and anniversaries. Scott Stroud, happy birthday on the 12th. Ned Milligan, happy birthday on the 14th. And then Dave and Chris Derek have an anniversary, their 55th on April 12th. So happy anniversary and birthdays to all of you all. So now it's time for Larry Long, who has been highly recommended to come speak to us by multiple people. So our wonderful past president, Cindy Roberts, has agreed to introduce him. So here is Cindy to introduce Larry Long.
Y'all, it's a great day to be here and on Zoom. Larry Long is one of my all-time favorite people. I have been listening to motivational speakers for 40 years. That's how long I'm in the working world. And I don't know of anybody that lives with the joy and that Larry does. And you've got to check him out on his social media. because just to start your day with this smile and this message, it's gonna make your day. All right, that's my 2 cents. Larry Long Jr. is the CEO, Chief Energy Officer of Chill City of LLJR Enterprises. Focused on motivation, inspiration, and most importantly, transformation through speaking and training programs. He is the host of both the weekly live show, Midday Motivational Minute, and the live podcast, the Cold Calling Podcast, in honor of JOLT. A former college athlete, he played baseball for the University of Maryland, Coach Charles. Larry is extremely passionate about coaching and helping leaders take their game to the next level. As an experienced sales leader with a demonstrated history of success in software sales, Larry brings a unique perspective to the table, understanding many of the challenges faced by professionals today. So, Dr. Jennings is also on Zoom. He was one of the recommenders. Larry came and talked to us at the Dental Foundation, and he works with Paul as co-chair of the Wake Med Foundation fundraising. So I've been able to work with both of them on that, and he's a real treasure. Y'all know.
I had to bring the gold line and the platinum line. My wife said, Larry, you must be blind. That's not platinum. That's pink. I said, we'll call it rose gold. How's everyone doing this morning? Good afternoon. Are you ready for the eclipse? Yes. Okay, good. Make sure you wear your eye gear. I'm absolutely honored, privileged. It's my pleasure to be here with you today. I absolutely love the energy in this room. I also want to say thank you to Corey as well for his endorsement. So we're talking about leadership. And there's 2 points. I know that we're short on time, but there's really 2 points that I want to get you thinking about when it comes to leadership. Number 1 is the power of relationships. And number 2, your priorities. And I'm just going to preface this. Nothing that I say is anything mind-blowing. You've heard it before. But what I've learned is knowing is not always the same as doing. So my goal for today is to motivate, sure, inspire, sure, but that comes and goes. My ultimate goal is for you to transform, not just your thoughts, but most importantly, your actions. So everyone who's looking at this online, in person, you can read this quote. But the power for me in this quote around questions is that the most successful people in life ask the toughest questions. Therefore, they get the best answers. And I'll share with you at the end the question I ask myself each and every day. Now, I need you to play along. This isn't going to be a one-way street, but I need your involvement. Help me out. We're going to play a little fill in the blank if that's okay. So even my folks online, you can help me out. Look. Okay. Both ways before you cross the street. Okay, we're off to a good start. Help me out. Drink, yeah, we don't want to drink and drive, but yeah, I'm still working on my New Year's, I'll call it a revolution, but resolution. I'm trying to mix in some more fruits and vegetables. Help me out here. Apple. And apple, yeah, y'all are good. We got a sharp crowd here. Don't talk to. Did someone say monsters?
Tar Heel fans.
Tar Heel fans, okay. You don't move with that. Go Turks. Don't talk to strangers. And then the last one, I'm flying out to Bogota, Colombia on Thursday. See something? Yes. Now, we all know these things, and you know this, but does anyone know what time it is? What time is it right now? What time? 1:10. I thought we were in North Carolina. What time is it? It's both time. So my doctor, I met with my doctor for my annual physical in December, and he said, Larry, you gotta cut down on fried chicken. I said, Doc, you don't know what time it is. My relationship with the fried chicken is complicated. So I say all this, and I gotta give props to my mom, this is Desiree Long. And my mom has a quote that sticks with me. She said it when I was a youngster, but she still says it to me today. And I'll get to see my mom when I'm in DC. But she says, Larry, little Larry, your actions speak so loud. Tell me out. I can't hear what you're saying. So we know this. But how many of us are taking action to really represent what we believe in? Who is it? Who's knocking at the door?
Uber Eats.
Uber Eats, okay, that's a good guess. The survey says, is it Amazon delivery? Who's at the door? Opportunity. Opportunity is knocking at each and every one of our doors, each and every day. But my question to you is, are you gonna answer that door? Are you ready to answer that door of opportunity? I don't know the answer to that, but that is a question that I have for each and every one of you. With this opportunity that's knocking, will you seize that opportunity? Now this slide right here, this is my NASCAR slide. As you can see, I've done a lot of things. I've been a lot of places. Played baseball at University of Maryland, go Terps. Terp legacy, my father ran track there. My sister ran track there. I'm the black sheep of the family, literally and figuratively playing baseball for the Terps. I appreciate the courtesy chuckle. Thank you, Harrison. But I've had the opportunity to work in sales in many different places. But now I'm living my dream. And I know y'all won't believe this, but I used to get sent to detention in elementary, middle, and high school for talking. I know you're like, no way, man. I never would have thought that. But now I get to speak and serve for a living each and every day. And I can tell, I read the room, that each and every one of y'all love serving others. I have that opportunity each and every day, but this isn't about me. This is about you. So I want to know, who are you? And I want to know, when you think about this phrase, how do you complete this? I am. I am. I don't know, do I need to go grab the other mics? Can y'all hear me? I am. Oh, Les, I like that. Paul, what you got? I am. Honest. Honest, I like that. I like that. Jennifer?
Resilient.
Resilient, I like that. Resilient. Well, I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. I love Les. Resilient, honest. But sometimes I go through some stuff in life that has me feeling like FUD. Not Elmer FUD, but fear, uncertainty, and doubt. Does anyone else relate to that? You don't have to acknowledge, but I'm sure I'm not the only one. So as a youngster moving around, I lived in Alabama, Illinois, Nebraska, Pennsylvania. I had a praying mom who used to make me stand in the middle of the room. Every night after we said our prayer, she used to make me stand in the middle of the room holding my hands up. And I had to say, I am somebody. 10 times each and every night. Now you got a little nappy head Henry Long Jr. when I had hair, doing my little George Jefferson strut, thinking I am somebody. So I encourage you to think about each and every day, who are you? As you look in the mirror, who are you? And the great Henry Ford, he talks about that belief. Whether you believe you can or believe you can't, you're right. So as you look in the mirror, do you see a little kitty cat? Or do you see that ferocious, valuable lion that each and every one of y'all are? Now, I wrote a book called JOLT, and we'll do a little giveaway at the end, but I'm just going to focus on the first 2 chapters. And this is going to be interactive. We're going to start with chapter number 1, because we're all authors. What story are you telling yourself and believing? What I found is that the most successful people in life, they realize that they control the narrative of that story that they tell themselves. But sometimes we tell a story of fake news. We tell a story that we don't believe, that we don't belong, that we don't deserve. And I'm here to encourage you that I'm hopeful that you tell a story that uplifts yourself so that you can then uplift those that are around you. Setting that example. Now, I need one more fill in the blank. If it ain't broke, ooh, and my Steve Harvey Family Feud voice survey says, nah. If it ain't broke, break it, shake it, flip it upside down. We want to innovate. We want to do things better tomorrow better today than we did yesterday, better tomorrow than we did today. So let's go ahead and think about those areas that we can uplift and do better. Now, I met a sales guru down in South Florida, and he said, Larry, what I learned is the difference between contacts, people that you know, and contracts, people that you do business with, is the letter R. Anyone want to take a stab? What do you think that letter R stands for? relationships. We definitely want to have respect, but we also know that it's all about relationships. I think there's a saying, it's not what you know, but who you know. Survey says, nah, it's not what you know, it's not even who you know, it's who knows you, who trusts you, and who believes in you that really makes things happen. So we know this, but what are we doing with that knowledge? This is a quote by Rory Bailey. He talks about success is rent, and the rent is due every day. Did you pay your rent today? Will you pay your rent tomorrow? Y'all know what I mean. Did you pay your rent, the price for success? Did you actually take action? Now, I would be remiss if I came here and I didn't give you something you could take action for. For all my Rotarians, anyone practice the 3-minute challenge? Is that something that we do carry, the 3-minute challenge each and every day? Okay, I encourage you. I'm going to share with you what the 3-minute challenge is. How many people are busy in here? If I look at your calendar, meeting after meeting after meeting, everyone, most people I talk to say, I don't have time. Well, the 3-minute challenge, all you need is 3 minutes. Every day, I need you to go into your Rolodex. I know some of you are like, oh, is that the fancy watch? No, that's a Rolex. Go into your contact list in your phones. And all I want you to do is find one person each and every day that you haven't been in contact with. It could be 3 weeks, 3 months, 3 years. And for some of y'all that are old enough, most of y'all aren't, 3 decades. But what I want you to do is find one person that you can reach out to and surprise and delight. Essentially, if you were my surprise and delight, David, I would find a funny North Carolina State basketball meme. I would send it to you and I would say, hey, have a marvelous Monday. Protect your eyes with the eclipse that's going on. I was thinking about you. How do you think that would make David feel? Y'all can't see it, but the smile on his face, he lit up. How often are you making people light up each and every day? 3-minute challenge. And I see some people shaking your head, which is great. But what's even greater is actually doing it. See, I'm an overachiever. I do a 15-minute challenge each and every day. I reach out to 5 people and I let them know that I'm thinking about you. I'm trying to bring a smile to you because life be life. Am I right or am I right? Life is a 4-letter word. It can get tough. And by reaching out to one person a day, you're going to touch lives. And there's no guarantees in life. I guarantee your life will be touched as well. So that's my take on relationships. Number 2, and this is something I'm going to leave you with something to walk away with. If you have something to write with, please pull it out, whether it's a phone, whether it's a pen and pad, but I'm going to leave you with something that you can actually take away. Any coffee drinkers in the house? Anyone drink coffee? We got some coffee drinkers. I don't drink coffee. I might explode. I'm a Kool-Aid kid. I just don't like to taste the coffee. But essentially, we know, I'm not telling you anything new. We know that we can't pour into someone else's coffee cup. If our cup isn't just full, but it's overflowing. I appreciate the head nod. But my question is, what are you doing to make sure that your cup is overflowing? So we're going to do a little exercise. I call these my 8 buckets of priorities. And we all know that there's more buckets than this. But these are my 7 F's. You'll laugh at F number 7 and my 1 C. So this is a 3-part exercise. As you think about faith, some people call it spirituality, family, friends, fun, fitness, your health is your wealth, finance, I talked to the banker earlier, philanthropy, and I know we got some spelling bee champions that are like, Larry, philanthropy doesn't start with an F. I spell phonetically and frenetically, sue me, I apologize. I think we actually have some lawyers in the house. And then number 7 is career. How do you stack ranking? That is a question I want you to go through 1 through 8. What's your number 1 priority? Number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, I don't want you to put down what you think. Don't look at the cliff notes, what you think they should be. But if I look at your calendar right now, what is your calendar going to tell me your priorities are? So let's just take 30 seconds, if you can, go ahead and stack rank in order 1 through 8. Faith, family, friends. My favorite, which is fun. Fitness, finances, philanthropy, and career. You have a brain banks. Ooh, this is a trick question right here, Larry. It's a thing. All right, step number 2, we're gonna go back to school. I know that the young man right there is on spring break. My kids were just on spring break two weeks ago. We're gonna go to school today. I want you to go ahead and give yourself a grade. On a scale of 1 to 10, how are you doing? 1 being the lowest, 10 being the highest. And some of y'all can read, no 7s. I know some of y'all are like, 7, I thought that was your baseball number. It was, but 7 is also that safe zone. I want to get you out of your comfort zone. I want you to decide, are you a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 8, 9, 10? How would you give yourself a grade? And as you think about it, if I were to talk with your family members, your friends, your community, what grade would they give you as well? Your banker, your accountant, your personal advisor, your financial advisor, your trainer, what grade would they give you? I would encourage you, don't stop today. I do this exercise on a quarterly basis with my coach. I talked to the gentleman at the door, Mr. Lucky Charm. I know he's a coach. If you don't have one, I certainly encourage it. Having someone to support you, hold you accountable, lift you up, new perspectives, it's amazing. So I appreciate you giving your grades. I did this with my coach, and my coach said, Larry, I want you to ask your family what grade they would give you. So my son, he said, Daddy, I love you. He knows that I pay his allowance. He said, you're a 9. I said, all right, that's my dog. My wife said, you're a 7.5. I said, okay, respect that. We'll round up to an 8, no 7s. My daughter said, Daddy, you're a 5. Yeah, I said, ooh, why so high, little Lucy? She said, well, you take me to gymnastics, and it's right off of Leesville Road. The parents are on the 2nd floor, gymnasts are on the 1st floor. She said, when I look up at you, Daddy, you're looking down. Yeah, that's my daughter looking at me right there. Some of y'all can relate. Maybe I'm not the only one. So my coach said, Larry, what are you going to do? I said, well, I know what I need to do. I need to make sure I leave this phone in my ride. Now, I don't know about y'all, but I was going through withdrawals. I was trying to check my Apple Watch. I said, oh, I'm missing some messages, but I was out of range. After I did that, I said, little Lulu girl, how am I doing now? She said, you're a 6. I said, oh my goodness, she's a tough grader. So my coach said, how do we break the grade? How do we get creative and figure out a way to go from a 5 to a 6 and a 6 to an 8? I said, hey, I have this smart device, this smartphone. I speak for a living. Why don't I record her while she's doing gymnastics and give commentary? Y'all think I made my way up to a 9 with little Lulu girl? Not a chance. Wishful thinking, not a chance. She's a tough grader. She's like, Daddy, you're a 7. I said, no 7, so I'll take the 8. But I encourage you, this is step 3, for your top 3 priorities. Because it's kind of like the buffet. We try to do all 8 really well. It's like the buffet. I'm not going to the Golden Corral if I want some good fried chicken. I'm going over to Beasley's for some fried chicken. But essentially, your top 3 priorities, what can you do today to take it up a notch? If you were an 8, what can you do starting today to be a 9? But don't write it down unless you're committed to it. Our priorities are about commitment. We say a lot of things, and maybe it's just me, we talk a whole lot. I used to own an indoor baseball and softball academy. All the kids said, hey, Coach Larry, I want to start on varsity just like you in high school. No, you don't. That sounds good, but you're not willing to take 100 swings every night after you do your homework, after you practice your clarinet. You're not willing to pay that cost. Don't write it down unless you're willing to pay that cost, unless you're committed to your priorities. As we close, I know that we've got about 7 minutes left. Commitment to your level plan. I encourage you to break the brain. Whatever that action that you documented, that you committed to, I know this group right here is bright. Y'all are brilliant. Go ahead and think about, what else can I do to be stronger with my family, to be stronger in my community? Y'all are already doing good. How can you be greater? You're already doing great. How can you be wonderful? There's got to be something out there you put on your thinking path that you can take to get to that next level. So as we close, I want to take y'all back to school again, and then we'll open it up for questions. What I consider the ABCs of success, of leadership, of life. The A is action. On your mark, get set, go. Take action. I've got a message. There's probably one person, maybe a few that are in here that are noodling about an idea. You're noodling about doing something. My encouragement to you right now is to, in the words of Nike, just do it. Don't noodle anymore. Take action and find an accountability partner. That's what friends are for, that help support you along the way. The B, in the words of that great group Journey, have y'all familiar with Journey? Don't stop believing. Yeah, don't get me singing. I'm told them, I have you crying. But believe in yourself. And I encourage you to be bold. The C, I'm going to quadruple click. Courage. In the words of that great philosopher, Kevin Hart, say it with your chest. Yeah, you got to demonstrate courage. Commitment. Are you committed? The confidence as well as communication. And we didn't come this far just to come this far with the ABCs. I'm gonna leave you with a few more letters. The D is dream. When was the last time that you dreamed? No, dream big. Congratulations, Corey. I know you've been dreaming about that role, and I love to hear about your internship. But why not dream big? The E, and this is my specialty as the Chief Energy Officer, energy. When you step in the room or the Zoom, I didn't forget about my people online. Do you bring the energy or do you suck all the energy out of the room? That's a choice. And if you didn't hear anything that I said today, it's the F. Fun. Hey, we can have fun as we go about our service to others. So often I talk to people that aren't having fun with life, and I believe that's a shame. Are you having fun with what you're doing? What now? I don't know. That is the question. What you gonna do? So often we know things, but we don't do it. So my hope is that you take something I said today and then you turn it to action. And this is the quote that I ask myself each and every day. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. talks about life's most persistent and urgent question is, what are you doing to help others? If I can't answer that question at the end of every day, that was a day wasted. Larry, what did you do today? Do, not write down, not think about, not noodle and doodle, but what action did you take to help others? That's a life fulfilled. So I appreciate your time. I think we have 3 minutes. I'm gonna open up to any questions. I wanna make sure I end on time because I know we've got things to do. And actually, I got a giveaway. I got a copy of JOLT. I'll sign it if you want it, but does anyone remember what Larry Lynn Jr.'s baseball number?
7.
Oh, I heard it over here. Who said that? Oh, wow, Chase, for you, the dog, and your baby, give it up for Chase Breeder. Any quick questions before we wrap from my folks online? Any questions submitted in person? Any questions?
3 questions.
3 questions. Don't all speak at once.
Are you taking coaching clients?
Oh, wow, great question. I am. I have room for 5 coaching clients, just with all my travel this week, and I have limited availability for coaching clients. And if I can help anyone, even if it's not normal coaching, please reach out to me. I'll put my contact information right here. Please feel free to reach out to me. Yes.
I mean, it's clear you just exude joy, but when you have those days when the inherent energy just isn't there, what do you do to re-energize yourself? When you're pouring into others and you just feel empty, what do you do to get out of that?
And that's a great question. I encourage everyone to find what works best for you. Now, you asked me what works best for me. It's my family, my daughter, my son, my wife. I lost my father 8.5 years ago. And my father grew up in Baltimore City, was able to make a successful life. And he always taught us that every day that we're on this earth is a blessing. And we talked about that earlier. And we know this, but essentially that's what I live by is that I woke up this morning, I'm going to make it a great day, whether, I mean, my wife's from Argentina, so I deal with the storm. I got 2 kids, so I deal with the storm. I'm a business owner. I deal with storms all the time, but I make a choice that I'm going to make it a great day. And when I drop off my kids in the morning, I tell them, make it a great day, and they say, it's my choice. It's a choice. We can choose whether we wake up and woe is me, or we choose to look at life as a blessing that it is, at least for me. I can't speak for anyone else, but I think y'all can feel me. Great question. Final question. Final question. Did you raise your hand, young man? Oh, wow. What do I do for fun? I'm gonna let Paul answer that. What is the other one you can do for fun? That's what I'm called. I don't know if y'all know, but Tiger Woods is my cousin, so it runs in my veins. No, I'm serious. Long lost. I'm Larry Hidden in the woods. I appreciate the courtesy chuckles. I love the golf, love to hang out with my family. My wife is now in the golf. We played 9 holes yesterday, played 18 on Saturday, so I pinch myself each and every day. We got one more bonus question, I think, Terry. I know we're over time, but.
Because you mentioned God, you play God consistently for at least 10 years, don't worry about it, whether it happens, you got it time.
Oh. Let's give it up, so true. I appreciate y'all's time today. Thank you so much.
Larry, thank you so much for coming to speak to us. We have a little token of our appreciation for your club of Raleigh. That was very inspirational, and I think that we need to have a Larry Long Jr. Rotary Challenge. Can I get a show of hands? How many of y'all over the next week will do 3 minutes, just one time? I hope everybody will do it one day and reach out to a Raleigh Rotarian, a past, present, one of our guests today. How many show of hands will do that? All right, thank you. And if you think about it, please email Linda or I and just let us know and we'll report back. So thank you, Larry. All right, Raleigh Rotarian, can you all rise and repeat the 4-way test after me? Larry, can you stick around for a little bit afterwards? Yes, so he will be here for additional questions. Okay, and the things we think, say, and do, is it the truth? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned? Meeting adjourned.